Stephen A. Smith in a surprising turn of events. I can't believe it. Sports personality, right? He just walked back his previous criticism of Will Smith. Yeah, you heard that right, man. He had a heartfelt conversation and he is reconsidering his stance on Will Smith and the infamous slap that was heard from around the world. Let's talk on that right there. Look, man, this is Entertainment Spotlight, the ultimate source for celebrity news, entertainment, motivation, and maybe even politics. We go overboard to shine the spotlight on the industry. We are turning our attention to Stephen A. Smith. Look, you know we got to push it to the limit. So if this is your first time to the channel, punch that like button, punch the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and I'm saying we trying to blow it up. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I'm the one man on me. They call me DJ War Machine. I'm locked and loaded. And look, Stephen A. Smith, he is a television personality. He is a super great sport analyst, right? Now, he recently faced a lot of backlash for his comments suggesting that Will Smith owed the black community an explanation for slapping Chris Rock at the Academy Awards. Yeah, you heard that right. So now during the episode of his YouTube show, right, Stephen A. Smith expressed his feelings, right? And he said that Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, it's a blemish on all of us. Because I know how much white America loves Will Smith. And the thinking along the lines in my mind was, he did that to the rest of us. Or what if he did that to the rest of us? And I'm thinking in my mind, what is Stephen A. talking about? When I heard that, when he said us, I was just thinking in my mind, like, what are you talking about? Stephen A. Smith does not speak for the black community. He does not. He has never spoke for the black community, even though he's black. But he just does not take up and speak for the black community. So for him to say that Will Smith owes the black community an explanation, what is he talking about? He don't even speak for the black community. And I'm in the black community because I'm black, and he doesn't owe me an explanation. So what are you talking about? But anyway, Stephen A. Smith initially criticized Will Smith, saying, we know you wouldn't have smacked Bill Maher, Bill Burr, other white people. That's basically what he said. We know you wouldn't have done that. No apology is necessary. I'm just saying that a lot of folks ain't get over it yet. A lot of folks find it hard to go to the movies and watch you. And I'm one of them. This is what Stephen A. Smith said. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I love Bad Boys movies. I like Will Smith. What is he talking about? I don't get it. Look, the character that Will Smith plays in a movie has nothing to do with Will Smith as a person. The Will Smith as a person got angry at Chris Rock, who was saying negative things about his wife, and he slapped him. I'm not saying that he was right. I'm not saying that he was wrong. This is what I'm saying. That was his decision. That was his decision to slap Chris Rock because Chris Rock was saying negative things about his wife. That was his choice. We have to live with the choices that we make. I don't have to judge you because of your choices. I don't have to judge Will Smith because of his choices. Maybe I would have made the same choice. Maybe I wouldn't have made the same choice. But his choice belongs to him. Will Smith's choice belongs to Will Smith. Now, back to Stephen A. Smith and all this crazy debacle and him walking back things. Now, the turning point came after a conversation with Charlie Mack. Now, Charlie Mack is Will Smith's longtime friend and former security guard. Now, he made emphasis on grace that Stephen A. had by rethinking his position. Now, Stephen A. Smith, he says, hey, man, he got a lot of love for Charlie Mack. And he said, Charlie Mack called him because he disagreed with Stephen A. Smith. So he called him on the phone. And they went back and forth. And they talked about some things. And they said, look, man, give this man grace. This man made a mistake. So then Stephen A. Smith reflected on all of the contributions that Will Smith have made to entertainment. And he said that he had to stand down. Now, this is what I want you to think about. Will Smith went 35 years and did nothing wrong. 35 years. Wasn't getting in trouble. You didn't see him getting arrested. He didn't hit nobody. He said all the right things. He won Grammys. He had great hit shows, etc. He never did anything wrong. He was known for being a good guy. And that was his flaw. He was just the good guy. He did one thing in almost 40 years. He did one thing wrong, and everybody turned their back on him. He did one thing publicly that everybody know went wrong. And he slapped Will Smith. He slapped Chris Brown. What am I talking about, Chris Brown? He slapped Chris Rock for saying something negative about his wife. And everybody turned their back on him. I'm just like, what in the world? It's just super crazy. It's also crazy how I would say Chris Brown and Chris Rock, and it's like, man, good grief. I was getting on my nerves, fumbling over my sentences right there. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. I'm not perfect. You not perfect. You feel me, family. But peep this, man. What do you think? Leave it in the comment section about Stephen A. Smith retracting his criticism of Will Smith following a conversation with Will Smith's former bodyguard, Charlie Mack, and, emphasizing the importance of just giving him grace and acknowledging the positive impact that Will's career has had on the world. It kills me that everybody is so perfect. Like, what? Nobody ever did anything wrong? As a dude, what, you ain't never slapped somebody? Somebody ain't never disrespected you when you slapped them? They ain't never happened to you? Oh, okay. I'm the only one that happens. Okay, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I ain't know that. You know what I'm saying? Well, it happened to Will Smith. But it's just crazy how you can go 40 years and do nothing wrong. You do one thing wrong and then everybody mad at you. It's just like, dude, what? Like, what? You gonna just, he smacked one person one time for speaking bad about his wife and that? Look, I'm not saying that he should have did that. But I'm not saying that he should not have done that either. You got what I'm saying? Like, hey, every person on this planet have to live with the decisions that they make. Your life is defined by the decisions that you make. You got to live with your decisions. You got to live with your choices. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not understanding why everybody wants some, I can judge you. Like, you can't judge me. You can't judge me because you don't know me enough to judge me. Nobody knows Will Smith enough to judge him. We know publicly that, hey, for 40 years, he ain't did nothing wrong. And the one time he slapped a Chris Rock, everybody got something to say. Man, get out of here, man. Anyway, it is what it is. Man, shouts out to Stephen A. Smith. I'm glad that he, kind of, retracted his crazy statements because he don't speak for the black community. And just because you mad at Will Smith, he don't owe nobody no answers. You got what I'm saying? He may need to talk to his wife and may need to talk to Chris Rock. But them the only three people that he need to talk to. He don't need to talk to Chris Rock brother. I'm hearing all this crazy stuff about Chris Rock brother. You ain't no gangster. But what you talking about? You a comedian. You not a gangster. You just a comedian. And if somebody catch you out there, they can catch you out there. You understand what I'm saying? man, these people would just be going, they be getting bigger than their body. You feel what I'm saying? Like, really, man, calm down. You're not a tough guy. You're not a gangster. Chris Rock is a grown-up. So if he need to handle it, then you let him handle what he need to handle. However he feel like he need to handle it. Oh, stepping in. I'm gonna step in and be the hero. Nah, you ain't, man. You about to get your okay. Anyway, it is what it is. But look, Stephen A. Smith's, I'm gonna say his willingness to stand down and make a reassessment of his criticism of Will Smith. I think that is a positive choice. Look, man, you gotta embrace humility. You gotta look at the whole picture. Will Smith, for 40 years, did nothing wrong to people. He never got caught doing nothing wrong. He never got a speeding ticket. He never was assaulting people. He never was doing all kind of, the R word to people. He wasn't drinking, smoking. He wasn't cursing in his rap music. None of that. He did nothing wrong. And then the one time he does something wrong, everybody mad at him. I don't know. To me, it's just not okay. You got what I'm saying? It's just not okay. We, in our community, we got to have compassion. Nobody else care about your community except you. So you're going to have compassion for your own people. Nobody else is going to have compassion for your people. Why you so mad at your own people? Look, you're going to show the flaws of your brother to people who hate your brother? No. You need to hide and disguise the flaws of your brother. If your brother has a problem, it's up to you to confront your brother, help your brother. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how you create a community. That's how you create a neighborhood and not just a hood. See, a hood is just everybody in a certain area looking out for themselves and not caring about each other. But a neighborhood is a group of individuals caring about what happens in their neighborhood, because one thing affects everyone. So they are united. I'm just saying, man, we need to get back to being a neighborhood instead of just hood. Because, man, people are just straight hood. They only thinking about themselves. That's the reason why Will Smith can do one thing wrong in 40 years and everybody is throwing him away. It's ridiculous, man. We need to get it together. We need to come together. We need to work together. We need to have forgiveness and compassion for each other. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, what are your thoughts on this topic? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, talk to you later.